YouTube. This is Bilber 100, and today I decided to show you a little bit of more of my farming skills on this map where I'm at right now, which is the third one. So you usually start off with like this one here, this field, but actually I own, let me show you, the two fields towards town, field 5 and 6. Okay, so, and you guys will get to see that in a second. I'm sorry you can't see me right now because I really don't want to let you guys see me right now, but I will be turning my camera on very, very soon. Alright, so, plus I just woke up, so you gotta give me some time to wake up before you guys actually get to see my lovely face, I guess I could say. Plus, I wanted to give you guys a chance to watch how I do some farming. So, once I start getting people in here, and you know, they start talking, don't worry, I will be able to see all your comments on my cell phone because I'm turning on the PlayStation second screen. So I will be able to see all comments. Excuse me. And you will get to see my other two fields here in a short time, as soon as I get done with this field. So as soon as this guy gets done with this field, I'm gonna go bale the other two fields first, starting with probably I don't know. But I'm going to be starting with the other two fields. Get those ones baled first. And I've got the one, not my good baler, but I've got a baler and a trailer that picks up 50 to, well, it depends on, you know, how quickly I can drive through or drive around picking these bales up, but it only allows me to do one row at a time. Like for here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, for like here, going from the very top here all the way down to the bottom, if I did any more than one row, if I did the whole field, half my field would just disappear. So that's why I choose to do only one row at a time, because the baler I use is this one, called the little kick baler, and it's not my good baler. So that's what I use, folks. Plus, I'll be done with this field in a short period of time. And yes, I know I'm in the hole. This is what I've been doing, folks, is I would be seriously I've been seriously doing this. Backing up. Just because this pipe will not fit over this trailer perfectly, halfway to, you know, empty directly into it, I always have to get on the very, very edge. And then I have to, no joke, literally say, do that to empty it, which is actually lifting up my tires. But I really don't care as long as it empties into the trailer. So you guys will get to probably see me here pretty soon. I would say probably within the probably 45 to an hour ish. Because I just woke up and whatnot, so but I am going to pause it right here because I have to go use the bathroom and I will be right back. Damn it. Not what I wanted. Thank you. There we go. So I will be right back, folks. Okay, folks, I have returned. I got some more coffee. So, yeah. Well, no. I feel better already. But my camera will be coming on here very shortly. So please do not worry. I will be turning my camera on here probably in the next I'd say probably a few more minutes. All right. Oh, and by the way, before I totally forget, happy holidays to everybody on YouTube. Even to the kids that watch my videos or my cat. Oops. I did something totally wrong. I accidentally disconnected. Like a total goofball. Right, there we go. Sending back. You know, the only person I have not really played with in quite a while, and probably won't get to play with him on our usual holiday, because he and I used to do zombies every New Year's Eve, or on New Year's night. We'd stay up all night and do zombies constantly, which was perfectly fine with me because I was having fun with my friends. But nowadays, I'm not too sure. He's been very busy, I'm guessing. I don't know what the reason is or what not, but I'm not going to explain it for you people. But, you know, he's working now, so I hardly get to see him anymore. I get to hardly go hang out with him or, you know, just sit down and shoot the breeze. But I get a message from him here and there, and, you know, I'll message him back and go from there, so. But I still, you know, I still do wishing, like, happy holidays and whatnot, so. And he wishes it back to me, so that's good. Ooh, I did a little trick. I think I figured something else out. Come on. Man, I wish I had my other harvester, because every two times that I empty, this trailer's packed. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. Alright. I can get another 2 laps out of this. And then it is time to go bail. Wow. 3 laps. Yeah, about another 2 laps after this one. Of course, the second lap is going to be just over 1,000 pounds. Because it ain't going to be that much. Of course, I should know. Well, actually, it might be a little close to 2,000, but oh well. I mean, I could actually make this field bigger one way and the other if I really wanted to, but I choose not to. Because I could actually buy a freaking one of those plows and plow the side, actually both sides up, go manually pull it from the bottom across a little bit, figure out where my mark is going to be on the bottom and the top, and go up and down, up and down, up and down, and make a brand new field. Which would be nice because it would actually give me a little bit more, but yet at the same time I would have to make my other fields bigger in order to keep up with production. So I'll spin him here, and yes, I have to spin this harvester or this carbine manually, because if I would let him do it, he would miss a spot probably about like that. Wow. That. And I would have to freaking go back and collect it. That's why I always spin him manually. Now if I had my other harvester that you folks have seen before on my other videos, my other 2 maps, I don't have to spin him manually. He just whoop, 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 does it by himself, and he does it perfectly. Sometimes he misses a little patch, but that's fine. I can't blame him. You know? And I see I don't get anybody in here anymore, so you know what? If you guys, I'll say this on my next video, Okay. But here's kind of what I'll be talking about next on my next video. This is kind of like a little bit of a briefing. But apparently I hardly get anybody coming in when I'm live, or I hardly get anyone watching my videos. So I mean, I'm trying hard to broadcast as much as I can when I'm home, because I mean, I'd be broadcasting a lot more, but I've got family that I have to take care of. So that's all I'm saying about that. But anyway, getting back to my point, I hardly get anybody that comes in, watches me, talks to me. I mean, I might be getting some of my people in here that I met a while ago, and you know, they sat and talked to me for quite some time. But now it's just like I don't get anybody, because I don't broadcast as much anymore as I used to. So but that's for another day, for another video. Or that's going to be for a rant. I don't know. Whatever comes first. Whichever comes first, to be honest. Would ya? Alright, time to start delivering equipment to my fields. But I did figure out something last night when I got home from my fields. So, and you guys are going to probably think I'm going to be a little weird on doing this, but the way I thought this is going, well, this is what my plan is, okay? First I'll bale everything, and then I'm going to end up taking my plow and seeder over to the other fields. Not with this tractor. Well, with this tractor I can take the plow. Not with this tractor, can't pull that seeder. Alright. But The lights are on. And this tractor only does about 19 miles an hour. Listen to that engine purr. Of course, it's an old tractor these days, but this thing still does a great job. I mean, it does pull, a lot of equipment. I want to tell you guys something. It will pull my big red Rhino trailer with a dolly, of course, and it actually surprised me. I can't go as fast as this. The only speed I can go with that, with my Rhino trailer, is probably like this, because if I go any faster, like say for example this, it'd be doing these, turning me like that very sharply. And I'd be like, whoa, and I'd have to slow down and get it back under control, and yeah. But yes, that's a field I bought. I did that field and my other field a couple times with bales, and then last night I bought this field. This one I bought for like $29,500 last night. So I was like, cool type thing. But there's no traffic here on these roads going from end to end. So the only traffic is right here on this road. The other one, there's traffic on the road. Alright. Now, I've learned a trick with this baler and this tractor. Now, alright. There. I've got it set up. I gave this one time to settle down and empty out. So we'll just stop right here. Alright. See, I'm trying to buy enough fields to... I'm just trying to buy enough fields to fill up my big red trailer. Like, I'm trying to buy the small fields first. That way I can Ooh, just barely. Well, anyway, I was trying to buy up like the small fields, like the small fields first, like a couple of them, to help fill up my big Rhino, or my big red Rhino trailer, I should say, at least once, because I've got a plan, and I'm going to stick to it. Okay. My plan is to fill up my Rhino trailer 5 times completely full from end to end until it can't hold no more product. And I was going to literally empty each trailer into my silo, save up at least 5 times, maybe 6 times. That way I could at least try and buy my good harvester. I'll just empty in right through like this. So far I've done 3 full trailers. And I'm probably going to end up doing another 2-3 trailers full. But anyway, let me see how much. Ooh, almost hit the dang trailer. Oh! Alright, let me cover it. Man, I was dang close. But anyway, when I first started doing this map, alright, when I first started doing this map, I will show you folks, I had that harvester right there, the one for 105,000. That cutting blade for 21,000. I had these 3 tractors right here. I had this trailer. I also had, where is it? This plow and this seeder and some weights. So I was like, okay, I can sell, a couple tractors, keep 1 tractor at least. I bought the next trailer size up, after doing a couple runs on the field, and I figured out, I can make a little bit more cash. So what I did was I went to one of the ATMs up like by the diner or in town, and I borrowed as much money from the bank as I could. And then I bought me this tractor, sold the one tractor I was using to buy this tractor. I've been using this tractor ever since. And then I saved up the 21,000 pound, or the 21,000 pound trailer, the little next trailer up, I saved up from that quite a good amount of runs, and I sold everything, and I bought my big Rhino trailer and a dolly, and been doing this ever since. So, I mean, this trailer will pick up these small bales. It won't pick up the big bales like I was thinking, or I was hoping, but, you know, it does the trick. Excuse me. But, alright. Alright, here we go. Forward a little bit. Alright. Turn on the baler. 3 miles an hour. And I try and keep my row perfectly straight, and I try and get the silver line on the hood of the tractor just on the line of the row. That way it picks it up, as you guys can see. And, you know, it does work. I mean, I have to, you know, go turn the wheel a little bit one way and back the other way just to kind of, you know, keep it in line. But I mean, it does do a good job. And I'll pick up this row, start the next row, pick that one up until I am completely full, go empty, which I will be able to make my money back. I'll line up again. Alright. And yeah, I can only do one row at a time. And that's all because I found out when I first started baling, I figured, you know, I could do the whole field, then go pick up. Every time I go empty after picking up, it was always like half my field was gone. I was like, wait, what? So now I just do one row at a time just to try and, you know, get it pretty well done. Yeah. But I figured with the first two fields I had, you know, the first field, I saved up without repaying the bank all the money I owe them. I figured, you know, I could buy another piece of property, which I did after a short time. Then after that piece of property, I bought this piece of property, you know, after doing it so many times, of course. And I was like, okay. So that's what I was doing constantly. You know, I'd make a couple runs on one field and then but, you know, it was just like, really. So I had to make a couple runs on the fields I own, just enough to provide a bit of money incoming to start repaying the bank. So I figured, you know, oh, what the heck, you know, I'll just pretty much just do it this way. And if I do end up missing like I am right now, I can always go back up, hit it, and take it. But sometimes these rows end up being bigger than what they are for me. I mean, I could probably end up buying my one rake attachment to make the lines perfectly narrow to drive on for this baler to pick them up, but I'm just trying to make enough to where I can at least I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna go back on this row. And I'm going to hit it. Man, I wish I had lights on the back end, you know, shining down so I could see where the baler is. But I don't. And I know it truly stinks, but I'm trying to do this manually where I can see it. And just dropping some bales, which is okay with me because I can pick them all up. Drive down and set up for the next one. I know, I'm doing this a little weird, but you know what? This row's gonna actually fill me up pretty dang quick. Alright, so there we go. Oh, I'm already full. Alright. Now, I want to show you guys a little trick I learned. That's how I get the bales down to where, you know, they're perfectly to where they won't fall out, at least. And yes, it is almost time for me to turn on my camera. Which, I'm going to do that right now. So, please hold. You guys ain't going to be able to see what I'm doing, but you guys are going to be able to see me now. So, give me 1 second. Okay, there. Now you guys can see me again. So, oh, whatever. But there, you guys can now see me, but I cannot see the map. Dang it. One more time. Hold on. Gotta go up. Advanced camera settings and upper. No. Upper left. There it is. There. Now I'm back. Now I can see my map. Now I can see, you know, everything I have. So. Now I'm going to show you guys how to empty this trailer, at least. My other trailers, you already know how I empty them. But at least I will be able to get money. Okay, but what my plan is here, okay, after I get those fields baled, you know, I'll plow them both and go from there. Doors open, and it empties it out with a conveyor. That's it. There is no lifting, there is no dropping, and automatically they all get sold anymore. To where they all disappear at once. It's open the door and conveyor turns on and they all get sold as conveyor moves them out, and we go from there. Okay, I gotta hurry up and get back before my bales on that one road disappear, which I'm pretty dang good at. Come on there. Little green. Well, actually, my only green tractor. Well, actually, no. Strike that. I've got two of them. I could have 3 of them, but I only own 2. And yes, I am going to slow down and pick up bales if I have to. Because I am not going to allow these bales to disappear. Like the last time, like the first time I did this, where everything was, half the field was gone, and I was like, really? Really? So, yeah. I'm not going to be dealing with that. So I'm just gonna do 1 row at a time, pick up. Do 1 row at a time, pick up. And nothing left behind, so this row I can pick up. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if any of the people that, you know, usually would talk to me on a broadcast showed up shortly. Straight amount of that. Wrong way. Ah, man. Oh well. I'm gonna have to do it again. Which means I'm... Oh. Only at the end. See, right now I would have my music going on Spotify, unordinary to just jam out, listen to music while I'm working, of course, but I dare not to while I'm broadcasting. So I kind of need to pay attention to the chat and whatnot. So, and I don't have the sound coming through too loudly to where I have to talk louder than the game. But, whoa. I need to go out, but now turn around. I suddenly turned around too early actually. But I can do this. I want to knock these veils too much out of line. But if I have to, I will. Just kind of move them a little bit. Swing around, go down, and set up for the next row. And yes, I can manually keep the tractor at a certain speed. Wow, I'm already full again. Okay, whatever. Alright, time to go re-empty, make a little more money. Because right now I'm out of the hole with one load so far. And I'll probably end up with like over $30,000, which I don't really mind. I'm going to try and keep some cash on me. At least if I get like $34,000 or, you know, like, I don't know, 32,000, I'll repay the bank with $30,000 and I'll keep what's left over to myself, and I will use that to pay my worker to do this stuff. So once I get these fields picked up, then I'll be more than happy, because and I know what you're thinking. Bilber, why'd you do that? Well, from the first time I bought this dang game, I couldn't back up worth a crap. But now I can back up perfectly. I can back up pretty dang good. And of course, I've been practicing on backing up with like my semi-trailer and semi-truck, tractor and trailers. Some trailers I could back up, some trailers I could not. And I kind of figured out, you know, the trailers that pivot, you can't back them up. The other trailers that don't pivot on like a hitch underneath where they're a wheel like in the front of the trailer, those are the ones you cannot back up. This one and a lot of other things or other stuff that hook up like this trailer, you can definitely back them up. But with a dolly on the big red trailer, that you cannot back up. You gotta pull it forward always until you get the truck. Once you get the truck, then you're good. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm back. So whatever I get out of this, you know, I'll repay the bank a little bit. And I'm sure I'm going to end up missing some because of like that. So I'm going to have to probably come back and hit it unless, nope, it's going to pick it up. So I'm going to try and keep the tractor right here at all times. And I'm going to probably end up being live for a little longer. Till about, I don't know, ish. Or until I get these fields, show you guys what my plan is for the fields. Yep, I'm going to be able to get these fields completely done. But I am going to definitely need to do one field at a time, or one row at a time from now on, because if I would end up doing the whole field, go empty, come back, half the field would be gone, go empty, another row would be gone, until I would be pretty much out of luck. Ooh, too shy. There we go. Well, I need this baler lined up a little bit better. There we go. Oh, dang. Okay. Now that I've got this perfectly where I want it, only able to get maybe 1 to 3 bales from here on out. So I'm hoping to get more than between 1 and 3. Even if I do get 2, that's good enough. Dang. There we go. Oh, dang. All right. This field is now 100% done. But okay. I'll set up here. Oh, why not? I'll set up just like so. Nope, I'm only going to get 1 bale. Oop, 2. 2 bales. Good. Alright, I gotta kind of pull out of here without touching any bales, because the one time I drove the tractor over a bale completely, it literally disappeared on me, on the field. I was like, wait a minute. Because I put the bale directly on the inside of the tire where it would go directly underneath. And I was like, okay, that'd be perfectly okay. Next thing I know, it was like, poof! I was like, wait a minute, where'd it go? And I had a full trailer. I was like, okay, I was going to just drive over it where it'd be perfectly in line with my hitch, where I would hook up to like trailers and whatnot, and not going very fast over it. I was going probably started off like at 2-3 miles an hour driving over it, and it was just like poof. I was like, wait a minute, where in the heck did it go? Next thing you know, I tried it again with my last bale that I had on my field after selling the full trail. I was like, okay, it's the only bale. So what I did was I kept the trailer hooked up, and I tried driving over it where it would be perfectly in the center of the tractor. And the next thing I know, I did it very slowly, 1 mile an hour. I had no weight where I had the weight on, but I had the trailer also like it is right now, and I went over it, and I just was watching it. I was watching it like this. I was like, okay, going 1 mile an hour, 1 mile an hour. And it just, poof, I was like, okay, I understand now. Even with an empty trailer or a full trailer, if you drive over it, the small bales like that, perfectly in line with the tractor, center of the tractor and whatnot, it just disappears. I'm like, okay, I understand now. It's a small bale. Now, if it would have been my bigger bales, yeah, I would have had to completely drive around it, but I was just like, whatever, whatever. It's cool. So, and yes, I do name my roosters on all my map the same name, Charlie. Which reminds me of a really funny story. Okay. Where I live, my landlord bought, chicken eggs that were freshly laid, or were a fresh laid egg from a hen. I love freaking chickens. Well, anyway, my landlord hatched these chickens, or hatched the eggs, and I was like, that's cool. So, next thing I know, he had one male, and I think it was like 12, 13 females. I was like, that's cool. We can actually get fresh chicken eggs every day, pretty much. Once they grow up. And I was like, we'll have, fresh chicken eggs. We all got like, I think it was like 4 chicken eggs. Because my landlord was like, okay, I'll take so many, but I can give my residents, or my tenants, so many eggs to where they're not going to go bad. Me, I was like, cool. Well, anyway, the male, after he got old enough, he was very aggressive towards every person, even kids around here. The kids were even scared of him. My landlord had to sell him. I was getting ready to take a snowball and throw it at him one day. I was like, I was just getting ready. I was like, okay, come on. You want to try and chase me down when I didn't do anything to you type thing? So I was like, and his name was Charlie. I was like, oh, great. So that's why my chicken is named Charlie. And the thing is I was just like, Charlie's a good name, and it's a cool name, but I don't want a very aggressive male. I would rather have a lot of female hens around. I'm like, because the female hens, they loved me for some odd reason. They loved everybody, especially when you had feed for them. They were like, oh, food type thing. I'm like, oi. And I was just like, oh my God. But the one hen that would always, he would let them roam free. And the one hen came down here. Of course, I was at that time filling up my cedar, or not my bird feeder. And anyway, she came down and she was clucking and whatnot. I was like, oh, hi, Henrietta. That's what I was calling her, because she was the only one that came right to me. I was like, what's going on? Talking to this hen. I was like, yeah, thinking, the male wouldn't attack me. But I would toss down food, and then the whole flock would just come in. I'm like, oh, okay, there goes my bird food, my bird seed. So I had to literally buy 2 bags. One for my bird feeder, and I had to do it in the house just to fill it up, which was funny. And I had to buy another bag just for the chickens. So, and every time I'd step outside, the male Charlie would be attacking me, my mom, a few more tenants around here, and he didn't really care. He was going after everybody. So finally I took a snowball and I chucked it at him. I scared him because I hit the ground right behind him. So I was like, you know, that will teach you. Did it? No, he kept coming after everybody. So my landlord finally sold him. And then we started having chickens disappearing because wild animals were getting them. So what I did was I saved one hen, and the way I did it was a little bit. You know, it was during the winter, of course, and they say you gotta bring the birds in. And I'm like, okay. So my landlord's like, well, we're missing Henrietta. I was like, well, she's down at my trail. You know, she's in my place, staying warm. Because I keep my house, well, my trailer, I can say, at a comfortable 68 degrees. And that's actually pretty comfy for me. Because I figured out, or, you know, I would have the heater actually kicking on every 10 minutes because this trailer wasn't very well insulated, I can say. But, you know, I figured out alright, I got to just barely. Alright. But, you know, I figured out a few things, a few tricks for a trailer that isn't very well insulated. Okay. And the windows weren't closing properly. Alright. So, what I figured out is, you know, taking snow around the skirting and piling it up a bit. You know, start it when it first snows, start piling it up on the, like, against the trailer, which I did. And once it got deep enough, I would, you know, go probably like a foot and a half away from the trailer, and I would start shoveling snow up against the trailer. And I got the pile just to be above the skirting on one end of the trailer, but the other end I had to really pile it on, which I did. But by the end of the winter, it was just like the pile was just at the top of the skirting, and then it started getting warmer and melting. I was like, okay, this is just going to be a river. So I found a farmer that was selling bales, square bales, not big square bales, but little square bales. So I would buy, and he had like also big ones for sale too. I was like, okay, you know, this is cool. So I bought a couple big square bales, and the rest I bought small square bales. You know, he brought them over, of course, which was very nice of him. And I paid him for the bales that I used, because I put the big square bales on one side, on the side, to where they would be taller, and I used the smaller bales to pack in around the top. So, and I would put them underneath my trailer against the skirting, you know, just to kind of help. But I would also lay down like plastic. It didn't matter what kind of plastic I would lay down. I just laid plastic down. Just to, you know, help catch whatever falls off the bales. And then when I got ready to put the final bales up underneath the trailer, very close to the trailer, underneath, I would take the plastic and figure out, you know, how high it was. I would wrap it around each bale, and then I would use like a piece of wood, and I would just kind of wrap, you know, staple the plastic to that, and just kind of wrap around the bale, flip the bale on one side, just to where it was on the bottom edge of the bale standing up, and me and my mom or my brother would just lift. Of course, we didn't have, the plastic wasn't that big, you know, because I cut it perfectly with the bales, and we would just lift, set it in, and then I could just easily pull the stick out. I only had a staple on the end, towards the bales, the end of the bales, so I could actually just, you know, pull the staple out and pull the stick out, because that bale actually held the plastic nice and tight to the top, and it kept out a lot of wind from underneath the trailer, so my pipes didn't really freeze as bad. But the only part that really let wind in that I fixed was my door leading underneath the trailer. For like, you know, like if my landlord had to crawl under there and fix my pipe or my sewer drain, he could. So what I did was I borrowed I asked my brother for a piece of rubber, and, you know, I had him cut me a good square piece off of it, and I set a 2x4, or actually a 1x1, no, it was a 2x4, on top of the small bales. Like, I left a little bit of enough of a gap on the top for the 2x4 just to sit there. So I would screw this rubber to the 2x4, and I made a nice cover. Like I'd have the, okay, for example, the 2x4 was here, and the rubber was on this side of the 2x4 against the trailer, all the way down. So if you had to get into underneath the trailer, you could just lift the rubber up. I had some lights under there that I put up. And my landlord was like, "It's nice and toasty warm under here." I was like, yeah. That's because I did it my way. He's like, "Do your pipes freeze?" I was like, "No, not really, but they get cold, but they don't freeze. He's like, "How do you prevent them from freezing? I was like, "Well, you know, I've got a little bit, like a small little heater." Well, it was actually the heat tape that I wrapped around the one pipe leading up into the trailer for the water. He's like, "That's a smart idea." I was like, "Well, I also," then he seen that I had bales, and he's like, "Oh, that's how you did it." I'm like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "I know how you did it. How you prevented your trailer from freezing so bad." I'm like, "Okay, how?" He's like, "You use bales and a piece of rubber." I was like, "Yeah, I did, actually." So that's what I did. And if I need to get under my trailer, all I have to do is just move the one corner of the rubber up, because I have it to where I can just loop it up over the screw or a nail or whatever I'm using on to hold the rubber on, because I have a nice little hole cut out on it that's farther down. Well, actually, I can just easily tuck it up in too, so without no hole, because that hole was letting in a little bit of cold air, which I really didn't mind, because my heater was just kind of keeping my heat tape was keeping that main pipe warm, which was pretty good. So yeah, but I'm gonna get this field baled, and I think I'm gonna call it quits here. Wait a minute, let me pause it. Let me do this, because I want to see how long I have been broadcasting for. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I've been broadcasting for about almost an hour and a half, which is good. So, yeah, I'm going to try not broadcast very long, because I've got things to do around here and whatnot, so, but but, you know, if you guys ever get to catch me on a live broadcast, which will probably be soon, because I'll be broadcasting more, hopefully. And once that happens, then you folks can definitely come in a lot more when I'm broadcasting. So, but you know what? I'm going to be live for a little bit longer until I get this field baled, at least. And I'm going to go from there. Yeah. Gotta get across here so I can spin around. And start picking up these bales. Alright. I figured I might as well do it that way, just because I'm at the one edge, or close to the end, so, but, alright folks, well, I'm going to pause it right there, and I am going to end my broadcast right now, but please remember, if you like my videos and you want to see more of what I do, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to watch more of my videos. And let me do this so you guys can see me full view again. So, give me a second. Advanced. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Go wait. You stinking message. I know. Anyway, remember, if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to me. Hit that like button. You can also leave me comments on what you want to see more of. Because I know I played Black Ops 4 when it first came out for you guys. I was like, yes. And I only did zombies. I'm not going to do multiplayer. That is just kind of silly. Because I don't like multiplayer. I like zombies. And I wanted to see the new zombies. I was like, yes. So, and plus I'm going to get the season pass just for the new zombie maps. I don't know if it's going to work, but if I have to pay for them, I have to pay for them. But I'll wait until they release the first one. And if it says, if you get the season pass, you can get all the maps for free, then I could be like, okay. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to hold off on that for a while, and then I'll get the season pass if it says, all the maps we release, if you get the season pass, you get for free. Of course, I would say it on the season pass, but I'll just wait for the first add-on to be released for Black Ops 4, which I'm hoping is good. But, yeah, definitely you can leave comments. I do respond to the comments in my next broadcast or my next video if you don't get to catch the live broadcast. So if you leave a comment on any of my videos, any of them, I will automatically get them, and I will read them, and then I will pretty much just go, okay, this person said this, so, I'll make a screenshot of it on my phone. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean that for you folks. Okay, I will do this is how I do it. Every comment that people leave me, I take a screenshot of it and I save it to my phone. That way, when I go live again, I can remember the comments by going, oh, this person, so-and-so, by the YouTube name or PlayStation name, asked me this, and here's my response, or here's the answer to the question type thing. So that's how I do it. So if you guys ever leave me a comment, I will reply to it in the next video. And that way you guys who have, left me a comment or left me a question or just wanted to know something, like, say you wanted to know what kind of games I've got. You can always go back to my previous videos. I forgot which one it was. I mentioned all my games, every single one of them. I've got quite a lot, matter of fact, but I would have less than what I have now if I didn't have my external hard drive. But on that happy note, ladies and gentlemen, if you leave me a comment, I will always respond to it in the next video. So I want to wish you all, I want to wish everybody on YouTube happy holidays, because today is December 8th. And I know I should have done this back before Thanksgiving and whatnot, but I was kind of a little busy at that point. So I figured I might as well, while I got time this week, I might as well get a little bit of broadcasting in and continue doing what I try to do for you folks. But I thank you so much for coming to watch me. This has been Belver100, and I'm out, y'all. Take care and drive safe if you're in bad weather. Peace out. No, God dang, I didn't mean to do that.